PDS gets it that children are our biggest carbon footprint, not our buildings. And it's important to work on our buildings and reduce our energy use and to reduce our carbon footprint, but it's our children in their personal lives now, in their personal lives later, and in their professional lives later. I mean, the children who go to Princeton Day School, they're going to go off and be CEOs of companies, they're going to be professors, they're going to work for the government, they're going to be making decisions that have impacts on the lives of many, many people. So the question is, how do you get kids to own that, to understand that the decisions they make are not just their own little private matters? To do that, you have to work in the areas of curriculum, you have to work in the area of institutional behavior and facilities. What's beautiful about the garden is that it does all three. We can start teaching this work when they're little and embed it in the curriculum and in the way they live their lives, so that by the time they get to high school, it's already a part of who they are. And you bring any subject to life and you make it experiential through working in the garden. I love that everyone here composts. It means every student, every teacher, every administrator participates in owning the consequences of their actions every day at lunch. It started, oddly enough, with the youngest kids. It was the first and second graders who began composting. Little white buckets in the lower school cafeteria. And it grew from the little kids to the older kids. Now everyone here composts. Kids need to be connected to where they live and where they go to school. You know, we're raising a whole generation of kids indoors. It's crazy. The first grade is studying where their food system comes from and how many miles it is for the food to travel and what do they eat here in New Jersey. So they're making a study of what we have in our garden and then bringing the food over to the cafeteria. For example, in the lower school, the third grade is studying immigration, so they're planting potatoes. The fourth grade is doing colonial times, so they have a colonial herb garden and a medicinal garden. The eighth grade is studying, in the history class, World War II. So they're researching what were victory gardens, and they're planting a victory garden. The kids are out there working with their hands. They pick up vegetables, they can feel the sun on the vegetables. There's a life force out there. They get that. They get that the garden is full of life and they're creating it, they're making it, they have a relationship with it. They're both responsible for it and responsible to it. And they're stewards of that garden. They're stewards of a much larger garden, the earth. And they can't see that now when they're little, but they'll get it when they're larger.